in a perfect environment, if you have a 10-foot alligator, it should have a 15-foot deep pond.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Know, and it's like, remember the big crocodile Lulong? Have you ever heard about it? I mean, that's what happened with that. That was a 20-something foot crocodile, one of the biggest crocodiles ever found. And they put it in a place that was like, 4 foot deep or something like that. It was dead within a month. Because the weight of the body organs can't take it. They need to be, have flow. Yeah, they need to be buoyant. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need 15 foot for a 10 foot.
Well,
but you certainly need 6 foot for a 10-foot alligator. You need a lot of water. And so that's why I'm not going to go crazy with crocodilians.
Yeah, that's where these people down south that can have these huge outdoor things.
Yeah, exactly. If you can be outdoor, I mean, Robbie Kesey and obviously Gatorland and all those guys have amazing habitat.
Yeah, I know. Gatorland's so much fun. I love Gatorland. Like every time you walk around there, I walk around there, I should say. I always feel like there's an extra thrill because you never know if there's gonna be an animal out. You're just like, well, around there might be a Cuban out. Like you don't know, so it just adds an extra little thing to it.
It is crazy. I know. We just were there not that long ago too, and the same thing. Like it was just like, wow,
never gets old.
No, it's a great place for sure. But there's a lot of great places in Florida too that have cool stuff like that. So so I don't think that unless I did, and I don't see. It's interesting. I think that everyone might be surprised to hear this, but I don't want a massive zoo. Mm-hmm. Like I like the intimacy of the Reptarium. Yeah. Like people always tell me like, all right, well, you're going to do this next expansion. If we do this next expansion, which I hope we will. And then they're like, oh, you should buy the build. Like people have told me like, oh, you should buy the Salvation Army across the street. I have no interest in that.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I want it to be intimate.
This is the thing, honestly. Like if and when we do this final thing, like that's literally
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the ultimate thing. And then from that standpoint, it's whatever we would change or renovate within. Like
and I think that with this next expansion, especially if we can do upstairs and downstairs, it's the perfect square footage. It's like going to be like 16,000 square foot. To have 100 people in at a time would still be very sparse. So if we do the 100 people an hour type of thing or something like that, you're still going to have a lot of space and you're not going to feel crowded or anything like that. It's, in the Reptarium of old, that would probably equate to about 400 people. Or maybe even more. Actually, we had 200 people in half.
Oh my God! In the first original, to where literally we were freaking out.
So that would be like 400 people. We're doing 35 people maximum right now, and if you transfer, that would have been 400 people.
It was so.
It was crazy. And then if we're going to double that, so it'd be like 800 people. So we're going to be doing literally an eighth of the people if we max out at 100. Yeah. But I think at that point you still feel real intimate and you feel very connected to everything. And with the amount of people we have working, you can get some real hands-on experiences. So I don't want to go big. Do
you remember how hot it would get?
Oh my gosh.
It'd be like 1.0.
Yeah, it would be like literally 100 degrees.
You would be dripping sweat. You didn't have a choice. Yeah. You'd be like, all right, I'm going to dress light today. And you're dripping.
I think like the first 6 months too, I was always stuck in the Perdita area, which was the hottest area of the entire place.
Well, it's funny
and I'd be stuck there for 5 hours. Like I couldn't move.
We didn't. Like I expected it to be more successful than you.
Right.
But even my expectations, like I never in a million years could have imagined how popular it would have been. And
still is.
Like, right. Yeah. So, I mean, if we would have known ahead of time, we would have known like, okay, this is not a big enough space. But you know what I mean? We didn't know.
Yeah. I tell people this all the time. If you recall, I put a TV up on the wall, right? Yeah. And the reason I did that is I literally thought it was going to be like me and one person working.
They could watch TV when the boarding times.
I thought that we'd be watching TV when no one was. I thought like 3 people would walk in, they would walk around, then they would leave, and then another 2 people would walk in. Yeah. And now all of a sudden we open up and there's 50 people in line every night.
You're so right because you forget about these things over time. There was lines that would wrap the building.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes there was up to 100 people. I mean, there were times when we open up at 4 o'clock, and by 4:20 we would have 200 people.
And you couldn't move. Like I felt so bad. Yeah. Like people were. I'm just like, I'm sorry, we can't have any more people in here because it was so.
Yeah, if the fire marshal ever showed up, we would have been in big trouble.
And it wasn't a good experience. Like most people were okay, but we had the handful. They were like, oh, this isn't worth it.
Yeah, that was the only.
And I get it. And I'm like, I understand, and we would refund because I'm like, I get it. Like you can't even.
But that was really rare.
It was rare.
It was rare. But that was, if you went on the Google reviews, that was the only only negative thing you would see about it is like
It's
great
too
place, but
crowded.
it's just way too crowded.
Yeah.
Now with limited numbers, obviously we'd never get that
and
now.
double the space.
Yeah, and double
Yeah.
the space. And like I said, I think that we can even go to 100 if we double our
Yes.
space now, and it would still be 1/8
would
of what
never
we
be
would be
what it
before.
was. It'll never be like that again.
And I think we'll keep
Yeah.
this format even post COVID. That format of selling in advance and having a limited number
It
per
works,
hour.
It works
Just
better
smarter.
for it works better for the customer and for us
Yeah.
because like we already
Organization.
know we know how many people
because that was the thing.
coming.
Yeah, we didn't know how. Like
Yeah,
we'd be like,
we'd
oh,
have so
Sunday,
many
maybe we don't
workers, and
need
then we're
this,
like,
yeah.
"Oh my God, get over here! We need more help. There's so many people here." Like,
Yeah, and so yeah, it works out for everything, and it also is nice if we do decide like, hey, we want to leave early one night, we just don't sell tickets for that hour.
we have done
You
that.
know,
It
we have
works
done
out.
that.
Just shut it
Guess
down.
what? That sold out that hour.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, say it. Bye-bye.
Although now we can't do that because we're so sold out. I mean, we're
Yeah. Weeks
we're
ahead, yeah.
almost sold out next week. We're sold out this next weekend, and we're almost sold out the following weekend already.
For some reason, like that was the thing to do is for Valentine's Day
Oh, that got-
weekend,
that got
bring your
bro- yeah.
family or friend or lover to the Reptarium
Yeah.
because this weekend sold out prior to last.
Did I tell you
weekend.
that we're having Sex Panther perform?
Nice. That's
No, I'm
me.
just kidding.
What?
Yeah,
That's my alias.
Yeah, with those glasses.
yeah. Sex Panther Noah is performing. That's why we're doing a
Or is
Valentine's.
it a rap,
That's
or
why
what is it?
Valentine's is so strong.
It's
this
a
year.
it's a banjo solo.
Yeah.
Nice in the party room. Those tickets are $25
Yeah.
a ticket.
I
Trying
put
to
out
find love.
bottomless Valentine's Day is what I put out.
Oh God. Ugh.
That's fine by me. Any day I'll go pantless.
God.
I really don't
All
mind.
right.
Gross.
No, I do.
Noah's the only worker.
I mind.
Yeah.
Those
Everyone else
pants
is
on.
gone.
Where'd
but
everybody
Noah's
go? Come on, it's Pantless Wednesday.
I'll give you the Shamrock
I'll be
Shake.
spitting some jam rhymes.
Actually, Noah can be in the anaconda cage.
Yeah.
Oh
You know,
no!
Just, he's
no,
like doing
yeah.
the go-go
With his-
dancing
with
in the
his
end.
green shit on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We
that's
got a
good.
new anaconda. It can do the helicopter.
It's a baby. Oh my goodness gracious. All right then.
Do you remember doing like?
I hope, Graham.
I remember doing we never did it together, Noah. So don't make people think that like
Remember we used to go to the
we used to
reptile
show
shows?
helicopter.
We used to go to the reptile shows. You show me on a helicopter.
What I was gonna say was like being a kid, like and discovering the helicopter, and like you would just be by yourself, just doing the helicopter for hours. You're just like, man, this is fucking crazy.
No, I'm not a guy. I did not remember that.
Yeah, it does. I just want to go on record. I did not teach him the
No,
helicopter.
he didn't. He
Come
didn't.
here real
I
quick.
feel
Let me
like-
show you
That
something.
was
I feel like it's something that every boy comes into
Probably
on
learning
its
in Catholic
own
Yeah,
school.
for the most
that
part.
was an original
or
thought.
should.
Yeah.
That was an original
They
thought by
should
me.
come into it on their own. Like
Yeah,
if
I
it's
don't think-
shown,
yeah.
it's not a good
Yeah.
Let me tell the
Gotta get
story.
rid of Uncle Carl. Bye, Uncle Carl.
Uncle Carl showed me something great today.
Show me how to fly.
No, it was Uncle Judy.
Oh, Jody.
Jody.
Uncle Jody.
Uncle Jody.
Yeah.
Uncle
All right,
Jody.
let's move
They
on
call him
before
Jody
we
Jody.
Jody Joe with the hell.
Let's
Simple
move
man
on.
said, how did,
Rail this
damn,
damn-
son.
Can we rail this in?